Good evening, everybody. Welcome back, Fantasy Endgame fam. It's Thursday night. That means game night. We got the Dolphins and the Ravens. Ravens ready to kick off some almost Halloween action. So just to confuse everybody, got Raven purple and Miami gear on in honor of both teams. I think they did this on purpose. They had the Ravens almost on Halloween, right? This feels like a planned thing.
Probably. I'm surprised they don't have games on Halloween at this point. The way it's going.
That's true. That's true. People love dressing up in the stands, right? All right. We'll do that at home. Tomorrow night, no action. But tonight we do have football. That means week 9 is here. So in about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, you got to make sure you got your lineup set. So we're going to go over everything we know thus far and help you set your lineups. And hey, we still got a lot of trade questions, maybe some waiver wire questions. So that's why we're here. Now, I will say before we talk about tonight's game, some possible big news because we tried to somewhat downplay injuries before Friday's over because things change so much, right? Guy who pops up questionable on Wednesday, like whatever. But I know you love the trade rumors, right? We'll talk about all those trade rumors, and like 90% don't come true. But this makes sense. The Patriots were like in the market for running back, and so everyone's like, okay, they just hate TreVeyon Henderson. But no, maybe it makes sense now because apparently Ramondre Stevenson has some sort of a toe injury. Now, regardless of whether they maybe trade for somebody or pick up somebody off the street or elevate someone from the practice squad and all that, is it possible? Is it in the realm of actuality that TreVeyon Henderson starts and gets significant touches in this game?
Well, I mean, if Ramondre is out, let's hope so. The only other running back they have on the roster right now is Terrell Jennings. I mean, I'm sure they have somebody on the practice squad that I don't know about. But, I mean, look, if somebody else, if Ramondre is out, and somebody else or somebody else's are getting as many or close to as many touches as TreVeyon, it's over. It's over, right? It's like, that's it. It's over.
Right.
Like, if Ramondre is out and TreVeyon Henderson doesn't dominate the backfield, it's like, okay, not happening this year. It better happen if Ramondre is out.
It better happen. If they do trade for someone of note, not like some team's third string, fourth string, whatever, running back for depth. But if they trade for somebody you're like, oh, that guy, it might also be over, right? Doesn't mean they will, but yeah. Look, we're going to get questions. We know we're going to get questions. If Ramondre misses, do I start TreVeyon Henderson or blah, blah, blah? Let's assume they haven't done anything other than elevate somebody from the squad, I mean, there's got to be trust issues here, right? Like, do you even just say, like, I'm not doing it, I want to see it first, or do you take that chance?
I think you got to take that chance. If Ramondre is out, who are they going to trade for somebody tomorrow and start and put him in on Sunday? I don't know. Like, if Ramondre is out this week, you got to take a chance. I'm not saying like must start, and there's still plenty of running backs I would start over TreVeyon Henderson this week, no doubt about it. But if Ramondre's out, I mean, he's got to be in the RB2 consideration at least.
I would think so. We always preach upside, right? I mean, hypothetically, he's got it. Supposedly a very talented running back. This is a good offense so far this year. So, yeah, I mean, this really is going to be one of those it depends kind of things. But again, it's Thursday. So let's monitor the situation, but definitely worth checking out. I know everyone who has still been stashing TreVeyon Henderson is holding their breath quite a bit, but let's see. All right, but what about tonight's game? Thursday night, got the Dolphins, got the Ravens. Both, I would say, I think it's fair to say, if not two of the most disappointing teams this season based on record. Definitely the Ravens. Dolphins, yeah, I mean, we didn't expect greatness, but at least possibly contend for a wild card spot. So, yeah, what gives here? Are you buying into Tua's performance last week against the Falcons? Did something happen here? Something change? Or are you buying more into like the Ravens defense not looking as horrendous last week either?
I'm buying more into the Ravens. This always felt like, I know a lot of people had given up on the Ravens because of their slow start, but this was reminding me of the 2007 Giants who upset the undefeated Patriots. That was 2007, right? Long time ago.
I think so.
The Giants got off to a very bad start that year. Were one of the worst teams. Their defense was horrible, but they had lost like Michael Strahan and a few other key defensive players. And then as the season went on, the defensive players came back. The defense got better. And what did we see in that playoff run? The defense carried them to that Super Bowl, right? Now, Lamar is better than, all due respect to Eli Manning, Lamar is better. So the Ravens had that go. This always felt to me like a team that was going to be, if they could get healthy in time, and it looks like they are, it's going to be one of those teams that gets into the playoffs and nobody wants to play them. It's like, oh, yeah, they're like the wild card and they've only won, 9 games, 10 games, but it feels like they're the 1 seed. You know what I mean? So I'm buying way more into the Ravens defense here. Let me see. Look, last week, the Bears did not destroy this defense, and I'm not expecting the Dolphins to destroy this defense either. We shall see tonight. But I think the Ravens are back. I think this is going to be a game the Ravens win pretty comfortably tonight. Sorry to tell you.
Well, look, I'm not expecting a Miami victory. I'll keep saying it. Honestly, I'm not hoping for Miami victories anymore. Let's boost that draft stock. Clean slate, clean house, right? You don't want to be stuck in the middle, right? What good does that do you to like barely miss the playoffs or even barely make the playoffs? And let's just reboot. Let's push the reset button here. I'm fine with that. Go Ravens. So yeah, I'm shocked. Actually, more shocking to me than the Ravens defense, being decent against Caleb Williams last week was the Dolphins against. I thought the Falcons, I still think they have, for the most part, a pretty good defense. Just the Falcons are one of those teams where every once in a while they just don't show up. Like, remember they lost, what was it, like 31-0 to Carolina, right?
Yeah.
They're like, what is going on? And then next week they bounce back big. And so the Falcons could do that this week. But as far as the Dolphins, it's probably going to go the other way, right? They are not going to look as good as they did last week. It was just one of those games.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to get trounced necessarily. Like, I'm not taking the lower on every Dolphin, but I think I'll definitely take the lower on Tua as far as touchdowns. But anyways, speaking of, like, what do you mean higher, lower? Well, I already did mine. I'm assuming you did too on Underdog. Put some picks in. Got to do it. Got to get some action in. So Thursday night, the Dolphins, the Ravens, you can take any of those players. If you haven't tried Underdog yet, well, here's a good one. You get a gimme, which is Devon Achane, just getting a yard. Yeah, just needs more than 0 yards. And you take the higher there, and you win that pick. That's why it's a gimme. So new customers get this pick if you sign up using code ENDGAME. And if you do that, then you also get, besides that free pick, up to $1,000 of bonus cash on your first deposit. And as soon as you play $5 towards any pick, I would say start with a gimme one, pair it with anything else that you like, and you'll get an extra $100 in bonus funds added to your account. Play $5, get $100 on top of the extra bonus funds you already got for your deposit. So it is possibly the best time to sign up for Underdog if you haven't yet, because also, sadly, for now less than 48 hours, the end of Boostober. Unlimited 30% profit boosts just for another day. So look, at least if you haven't tried it, you do it now. You can get those profit boosts and take advantage. If you're already on Underdog, of course, you should be doing this. You take advantage of those profit boosts. But don't worry, actually, because even once Boostober ends, they'll just come out with some Turkey Day promos and stuff like that. Yeah. So try it out. All right, now we're going to get to your questions, but also, what's coming here. We have the Underdog app. We're partners with them. And we also have our own app. It's called Draft Lane. And Draft Lane does a lot of things, but specifically what we have here is you can ask your questions on Draft Lane. So you also can use promo code Endgame in the settings section there, and you can get 10 free points to ask your questions. So here's an example. Somebody asked to start a question, use the points. And so let's see what it is. Odunze or Pittman in the flex. Wow. Now, let's see the roster. Now, this user is on Sleeper, and so the cool thing is if you do a start-sit question and you're on Yahoo or Sleeper, we can actually see your whole roster. Maybe there's some other change we want to make. No. We have Puka and Rashee Rice already starting. Oh, Charbonnet. Well,
all right, here's the thing about Odunze. Hear me out on this. Hear me out. It's the Bengals. So you think, you got to start Odunze, right? You got to start Odunze against the Bengals. We were going to put Odunze on the Booms.
Yep.
And as I was looking into the matchup, I was like, I can't really make a compelling case for Odunze against the Bengals other than it's the Bengals. Believe it or not, DJ Turner has been one of the best shutdown corners in the NFL this year. And if you look at it, they're not getting torched by wide receivers. DK Metcalf did nothing against them. Another couple other big receivers did nothing against them. Sutton was the only one that had a good game against them. Because DJ Turner has been so good. He's been really good, believe it or not. I think I just go Pittman. I think I go Pittman. Honestly, I feel like this might be a Odunze trap week.
Yeah, and part of that too is, teams don't have to throw too much to the wide receivers against the Bengals because they have a pretty easy time running the ball against the Bengals. So that's part of it too. But yeah, everything you said, of course. Odunze, we thought about putting him as Boom. We went with Pittman. I think we have to go Pittman. And of course, you can't sit those. Now, I got a question though, and I think, I see Zach Charbonnet, whatever, he'll probably score a 2-yard touchdown. Now that we know he's getting more touches, I might just take the upside of Rico. I know it's not a great matchup, but I think I would put Rico over Sharps. What do you think?
Yeah, I have Rico over Sharps, definitely.
All right. Yeah. So we'll make that change. And again, this is why if you do the start sit, the question was just about Pittman Odunze, but now we got some other things. And I know you want to start Gadsden, but I think McBride should probably still be in the lineup.
Yeah, I'm not benching.
Yeah. Okay. That's it, right? Yeah. So I'll say we like Pittman's matchup. Apostrophe in the wrong place. Matchup better this week. Also prefer Rico to Sharps. 4 upside. All right. So there you go. Go ahead and start asking away, guys. You got the Draft Lane app. You already know you can ask anytime, 24/7, and we will answer. And one more thing, I've been neglecting to do this before we start answering the question on the stream. Don't forget, subscribe if you haven't yet. Anybody on here, if you're watching, you have not for some reason yet hit subscribe, go ahead and do it now. Get that out of the way, clear your conscience. You don't have to worry about it anymore. All right, and the like button. Thank you, Molly. Appreciate the reminder. Okay, so the first question is from the legend himself. Based on the strength of schedule, trade away Rice and Etienne for Jefferson and Warren.
Honestly, I'm not doing this. I think at this point, I just prefer Rashee Rice. Nothing wrong with Jefferson. Nothing wrong with Jefferson at all. But there are quite, and look, the Vikings do have a fantastic, maybe the best rest of season schedule for wide receivers. But he's also got JJ McCarthy, and we still have not seen you know what I do know? Rashee Rice with Patrick Mahomes is a beast.
Verified.
Could Justin Jefferson be a beast with JJ McCarthy? Sure. Could he just be good with JJ McCarthy? Yeah, maybe. Right? I think I'm just keeping Rice here.
It's interesting because my initial reaction was of course, Rice has been great, but I want Justin Jefferson. But I've been very skeptical. I still am because we haven't seen it. Right? JJ McCarthy, I'm skeptical. Maybe let's just wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens. Nothing much probably will change to make this deal go away if it is possible. I mean, if Jefferson goes berserk this week somehow, maybe the Jefferson owner was like, no, but yeah. And honestly, I'm not even that big on Warren either, but I'm more nervous about Etienne, if anything. So I would like to say I want the Jefferson side, but let's wait and see exactly what McCarthy looks like. All right, NTY. What's up? Who are you flexing, Monty, DK, or JMO?
I think we got to go Monty here. I can't do it with Jameson. Look, Jameson Williams always has the chance for that long touchdown. But I saw, I don't know if you saw somebody tweeted it out, like 55, or he's run 55 go routes this year. That's 27% of the routes that he's run are just run deep, sacrificial acts. He has exactly as many targets as you, me, and everybody on this stream on those go routes. For those that are mathematically challenged, that would be 0. He's running the most go routes he's ever run in his career, the most go routes I think of anybody in the NFL. He's just out there sacrificing himself so that like Amon-Ra and Laporta and everybody can do all the other work. And look, maybe he hits on one of those go routes this week, but do you really want to risk the 0? Can't do it. DK, not a terrible spot, but also not a good spot. I'm just gonna flex Monty here.
Monty always has such an upside, not a horrible matchup. Yeah, I saw that too. It was it's kind of jarring, shocking, and it's one of those things where like, it's not going to change that much. Ben Johnson, sure, he's gone, but it's the same system, same players. The new OC will pretty much do the same thing, and he pretty much has, except with Jameson Williams, where he's just like, look, you just get out of the way, like just go run really far somewhere, like keep the safety busy. It's like
what?
Yeah, and for those who don't know what that means, the sacrificial X receiver, it's the guy who does exactly what Jameson Williams was doing. He just lines up on the outside, runs really far, and kind of diverts some of the attention away from the defense. So, like, think Jalen Hyatt. Like, you know how involved Jalen Hyatt has been this season? Yeah, that's exactly what Jameson Williams is doing.
Yep.
Okay. Speaking of the Ravens and the Bears from earlier here, Tony Herring wants to know which bad defense in a good matchup do you prefer? Bears or Ravens? You're buying into the Ravens.
Well, I am buying into the Ravens defense. Well, actually, because I was going to say the Bears, but it sounds like now Joe Flacco is going to play. He practiced today. He was throwing, so it sounds like he's okay. I might just go the Ravens, like take a chance that we see 6 interception and 2-game Tua tonight. I mean, can't say I love either of these defenses, honestly.
I mean, that's the thing, is you can't wait to see about Flacco because the Ravens play tonight. So, yeah, I mean, if Jake Browning was back in there, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mouth-watering, like, fire up that defense. But I think the Ravens will be fine. Let's not forget, keep in mind, if you didn't know, anybody here who just didn't know, a lifelong Miami Dolphins fan, I literally have a Tua jersey in my closet. Tua, before last week, Tua Tagovailoa had back-to-back games with 3 interceptions. There's no guarantee that he is good in any way tonight. So I will assume he throws at least a pick or 2. I'm fine with the Ravens. All right, what about this? MC was nice and early. Needs a receiver and a flex.
All right. Shakir, Keenan, Vidal, Rico, Woody, B-Rob. I think you got to go Keenan at wide receiver. I think I'm going to flex Vidal, especially in half PPR. Keenan and Vidal.
Yeah, it's between those first 3. Shakir will be fine this week. He's always solid, but yeah, let's go Keenan and Vidal. So planning to drop B-Rob for Tracy. That's totally fine.
How has Tracy not been picked up yet? Yes, do that. Do that.
Yeah, and then also drop Woody for Travis Hunter or Shaheed. Yeah,
drop him for Travis Hunter. This has got to be a shallow league here.
It's a 10-teamer, but yeah, Exactly. How is he not? So do both of those. MC, you're on the ball. Daniel Hart. What's up, Daniel? Manungai or Jawan Jennings?
I'm gonna go Jennings here. It sounds like Pearsall could potentially be close to playing at some point soon. Maybe he was off to the side running routes. I guess that's progress. At least he was out there. Not a terrible spot for Jennings against the Giants this week. He's clearly been the number one wide receiver, for whatever that's worth. I do talk about Manungai on the sneaky starts video, but he's a sneaky start. So I'm going to go Jennings.
And I always have to qualify. I'll reluctantly say Jennings here too. Manungai just, it's a great matchup, but he's still behind Swift. Not enough touches here, so let's go a little more upside here. What about Grizzly Adams? Grizzly Adams did have a beard. Sorry, I will never not. Anytime I hear that, I will never not think of the Happy Gilmore line, right? With Lee Trevino. Yes. Never will that escape. Trade Ferg for Kittle.
Yeah, give me Kittle here. Give me Kittle. Ferg kind of trending in the wrong direction. Give me Kittle if you can. Definitely.
Yeah. Start McMillan or Wandale.
Interesting, because I just answered a draft lane question. They had McMillan at the wide receiver 2, Wandale on the flex, and Travis Hunter on the bench. And I just said put Travis Hunter in over McMillan. I like Wandale this week. I have him above McMillan. It's a good matchup for him.
Yeah.
The 49ers, I keep talking about it. They've been getting crushed by slot wide receivers since they lost Fred Warner. I think he's going to have a good game this week. I'm going to go Wandale over McMillan. Yes.
Yeah, and a tougher spot for McMillan against that Packers defense. So, yeah, I'm with that. Cody. Okay, so Tyron Tracy and or Tamira DK over no. Devontae Adams or
Negative.
Michael Pittman? No.
Negative.
No.
Negative. Not over Sutton
DK
either. I know it's a tough spot for
Sutton.
Sutton, but I don't care. I'm not putting DK in over Sutton.
Yeah, a little too far. Yeah, like we don't love Sutton this week, but I'm not putting DK over him. Okay, then we got Marcos Alvarado. Thank you, Marcos. Is in a bit of a pickle. In a tough week. Not sure to go wide receiver, running back at flex. Got CMC, J. Will, Amon-Ra, and Pickens. Well, that's not bad. Swift or MH? Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Yeah, I assume so. Look, I do like Marvin Harrison this week for sure, but look, I might put Harrison in over Pickens and go Swift at flex. Or I guess in this, yeah, you have to flex Swift.
Yeah.
I like Harrison enough this
week. We like both Swift and Harrison this week a lot. Pickens, Pickens is probably going to do what Pickens did last week, right? Good, not great. Like, he'll be solid. He could do something big, but yeah, let's do that. Let's do Pickens. All right, what about Lex Dad? Needs 2 receivers, a flex, and a tight end. Rashee, Nico Rome, not bad. Chase Brown, Monty, Rico, Bowers, Gadsden.
Well, you got to go. I think you still have to go Rome over Nico, even though I just talked up DJ Turner. I know Pat Surtain is out, but that doesn't make me feel like miles better about Nico here. So I'm going to go Rashee and Rome at wide receiver. I'm going to actually flex Chase Brown even over Nico. This is a great spot for Chase Brown against the Bears run defense. So I'm going to go Rashee, Rome, and Chase Brown. That's all you need, right? 2 wide receiver. Do you have Brock Bowers and Gadsden both as potential flexes?
Well, he needs a tight end, so we have to pick. I'm assuming Bowers.
Yeah, I think you got to go Bowers. Reluctantly.
Good flex Gadsden if you want.
I don't think I could flex Gadsden over like Chase Brown though, or Nico.
And okay, so this is a different one. Needs 2 receivers and a flex. London, Keenan, Pickens, Higgins, Jones, Hunt, Walker.
I'm going to go Allen, Higgins, and Pickens. Even if London plays, I think London's fourth for me on this group.
Yeah, well, for this group, I think we might want to be sure, right? Check back after we get the injury updates on the weekend, because London I still saw was questionable, right? He was limited in practice.
Yeah.
And then of course Flacco. Like if Flacco doesn't play, there's no way you're starting Higgins. Well, I really like T. Higgins. I almost picked him as a boom, assuming Flacco was good. I was like, okay, now I gotta wait. But yeah, I would start picking Higgins if Flacco's good to go. And then I'll say Keenan, Pickens, Higgins. But if London is a full go, I might slide him in over Pickens. All right. Well, thank you, like I said. Appreciate you. And then we got Humberto. Decided not to take the 3 zeros. That probably wouldn't make you feel too good, right? Yeah. So switch Hunter, Charbonnet for Mooney and Mims. Didn't go good and lost by 2 points. Ouch.
Well, the irony here is like you almost got 2 zeros, because I think Mooney might have had 1 catch. I think Mooney and Mims each had a catch, so you almost got the 2 zeros anyways. Jeez.
The 2 receivers who should have smashed yet didn't. Right, Mooney doing nothing. Yeah, that's probably the most aggravating part. It's like they should have done something. So. Yeah, that's fantasy football. It is pain, but look,
you dropped Travis Hunter to pick those guys up?
I think he had to last week because Hunter was on bye, right? And then when London was out, like, well, you have to pick up Mooney, right? Because he had all these teams, these players.
Well, yeah, I get that, but man,
it hurts now. Definitely stings now. Well, let's hope for better fortunes this week. Get your shiz. All right. Another week, another dub. Nice. Tough one. Let's see. In Happy PR, we're going Lad or Flowers. What about Lad?
Yeah, I'm not too worried about Lad here. And the matchup did get a little bit better for him because Roger McCreary was traded to the Rams, so their slot corner is gone. But the Titans do play a ton of zone, and he's generally better against man than zone, which is a reason why we like Keenan this week. But I like Flowers tonight. I mean, even without all that, I just like Flowers tonight. This is a good spot for Flowers against the Dolphins. Lamar back. I'm just going to play Flowers tonight.
Yeah, now that we know Lamar's playing, for sure. Yeah, I mean, Lad will probably play, but the thing is, we'll talk about it on videos, is we actually think this might be a better spot for Keenan. I mean, Lad will still be fine, but let's go Flowers. And then how about Landon? Needs 2. Hunter, Etienne, Bam, or Monangai. Swift isn't going to be questionable, I don't think, right?
Well, he's still. It's been like 3 weeks or 2 weeks in a row, 3 weeks in a row. He's been limited with that groin injury, but then he plays and is fine. So I'm not too worried about it here.
I mean, it's just maintenance.
Yeah, I think you got to go. Hunter's got to be 1, and I still have Etienne number 2 here. I have Etienne definitely over Monangai, and a little bit ahead of Bam Knight.
Right, look, Bam against Cowboys could do something, but I think we'll still go Etienne. All right, Johnny, 22 Bear needs help. 1 quarterback. Okay, Caleb or Dart?
I think you got to take a chance on Caleb this week against the Bengals.
I don't know. I'm close to possibly giving up on Caleb Williams forever. Getting there. I don't know. I need to see something different in a hurry. And I mean, look, we just talked about this. The Bengals are so bad against the run. You like the run game here. I don't know. I'm going Dart here, but this could go either way. 2 running backs between Dobbins, Brown, Rico Genti.
think you got Chase Brown's got to be one. I think you got to go Genty too. Chase Brown and Genty here.
Yeah, you gotta start Genty for sure, and then 2 receivers: Odunze, Pickens.
Yeah, not Bourne, not Bourne,
and then a flex or one of those guys.
No, you have good enough options for flex here. Dobbins, Dowdle. I actually have Dowdle above Dobbins this week. I'm gonna go Dowdle.
Yeah, I don't think any of those guys. Actually, I saw today Downs is questionable again for I don't know what reason, but no, you've got good enough options. All right, now we got Des Ev. Yo. Full PPR and tight end premium. Okay, so traded Kyron and Rome for Puka.
Yeah, give me Puka. I forgot to put Puka on the untradeable list because he hasn't played in like 3 weeks, basically. But a healthy Puka is on my untradeable list. This is 2 good players for 1 insane player. Give me Puka.
Looking, I like it. Like what you did there. Looking to make my team ready for the end game. That's what it's all about. So let's see if this improved the team. Love, Goff, fine. Achane, Swift, Walker. Okay. Jettis, Puka, Sutton, Booty, and then Crafts. I still think that's good. You know, you got the upgrade Puka over Odunze. You know, this is one of those trades where I know you always say, well, I prefer the one stud player. And so I agree with that. But this is also fair, right? You helped. I'm sure you probably helped the other team too. They got a running back. I mean, look, the key thing here is Swift going to be startable the rest of the season? If he is, you're fine. Is there anything else you see here that's... I mean, the depth isn't great, but I
didn't even really look at the rest of the team because you got Puka, so it's a win.
Like, it's in the bag.
Yeah, he got Puka. I mean, remember this guy was absolutely destroying fantasy football. I don't think he's going to come back from injury and they're like, well... We're going to start throwing to Devontae Adams more now, Puka. Like, no, he's just going to go back to destroying fantasy football again. So you can get by with Swift or Walker if you need to, because Puka is basically like 3 players. He can be your wide receiver 1 and your RB2.
Right, and it's nice that you got a guy like Justin Jefferson now as your number 2 wide receiver. Yep, so I think you're good. Jay has Genty. Bench for Tracy or Chuba?
No.
And Kincaid for Juwan Johnson?
I'll say if Kincaid is on the injury report again going into the game, yeah, I'll bench him. Because, I mean, you can't have what we had last week where he barely plays. It's not helping.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's possible. I still think I got to prefer Kincaid, but if there's questions about it, no. Get it. All right, JV, 817. Knicks, Darnold, Flacco. Which one?
I'm going to go Darnold here. Feel pretty good about Darnold. Feel pretty safe about Darnold. It's not a terrible matchup against the Commanders. Going to go Darnold.
Yep, Darnold sounds good. And then we got flex, either Tet, Hunt, Shakir.
Is that Kareem Hunt? If it's Kareem Hunt, which I assume so, not Hunter, I'll go Shakir.
Yeah, Shakir it is. And then let's do Parabellum. Who can I add in the flex? Sharps or Worthy?
I have Worthy slightly ahead of Sharps. But I feel like this could go either way, but I got Worthy ahead of him in PPR. So
in PPR, yeah, Worthy has been a little underwhelming, but hey, maybe this will be a shootout. Maybe he'll get back involved this week. Another Sharp question. T, thank you, by the way. Appreciate you. Choose 4 wide receiver flex, full PPR, Rice, Tet, Waddle, probably Pittman, JSN. Nice. and then running back, choose 2.
We need 4 of these. You got to start Rice. I think you got to start Waddle tonight. You got to start Pittman, and you got to start JSN. That was pretty easy. This week you got to start Swift, and I have Charbonnet number 2. Not quite as easy, but you got to pick one.
Yeah, this is like flip a coin, which Seahawk. It's going to continue to be aggravating.
I'll take the Seahawk that actually scores touchdowns.
Yeah, I guess so. For whatever reason, who knows?
Hard as that is to say.
Abel. 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, 1 flex. T-Mac, Pickens, Myers, Hunt, Monty, or Spears.
Pickens has to be your wide receiver here. We need 1 running back. You got to go Monty at running back. Pretty sure, even with Kareem Hunt, even with Pacheco out, I still have Tet higher. I'm going to go Tet at flex. So Pickens, Monty, Tet.
There you go. Not sure. I'm going to take a guess. Abel, maybe a fan of Halloween himself. Would hope so.
I think I asked about that one time, like last year or something. Somebody said it's either like from Twisted Metal or from wrestling. I forget, one of those 2 things. Either from Twisted Metal or from wrestling. So I don't know if he's a Halloween fan or just fan of the game or fan of some wrestler.
Wow. I mean, you got built in
but I like it.
right
I
there.
always like it when I see it.
Yeah, whatever it is, that could work. That could work for tomorrow. Vice Key. Ertz or Kincaid?
Look, I like Ertz this week, actually. I was digging into it. I like Ertz. I'm just gonna play Ertz. I'm not even gonna risk it with Kincaid. Just give me Ertz.
Yeah, then you don't have to worry about the injury report. Nothing wrong with Ertz. Bob is in the house. What is up, Bob? Bam and Manungai were dropped in his league. How would you rate them versus Dowdle?
I wouldn't pick him up over Dowdle. Dowdle has way more long-term value. Nah, keep Dowdle.
Yeah, I wouldn't start. I mean, not really. I mean, think about it too. You say with Bam, like, okay, maybe this week against Cowboys, but then next week, if Trey Benson is back, Bam is back in the waiver wire anyway. So, just keep Rico. Easy one here. Ronan, QJ, or Travis Hunter?
Travis Hunter. Not starting QJ if I can help it.
This is one of those situations where you season stats. It looks like QJ is far better, but just look at what they've done lately. I think this is the easy one for different reasons. Sushank, Alec Pierce, or Tyler Lockett?
I actually like Alec Pierce again this week, but this is also more because how can you even consider Tyler Lockett?
Just want to put that up because I don't remember the last time I had Tyler Lockett question. No, never. Let's see. Next is Alexis. Playing booty, roll out Washington, or go with Rashad Bateman. Another Rashad Bateman question.
I probably just roll booty, hope for that big play, that big touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, Washington's not much worse, right? He's at least been somewhat involved, but
right.
I think booty more upside. And then Vice Ski with another one. JMO, Warren, booty, down, Spears, QJ, 2 of them.
I'm going to go Warren for sure. And I have booty slightly above the others, so Warren and booty.
Yeah, I think I definitely like Warren the best here. Again, JMO and QJ, you feel like they should be playable. They are not. They're just not playable at this point. So, Warren and booty. And then we got Mr. JMac 004. Pierce or DK?
Oh, this one is tough actually because I was digging into it today. I kind of like Alec Pierce. This is a sneaky good spot for Alec Pierce, but he's also very risky, right? He could have like last week where he gets only 2 catches. Now, granted, one of them could be a 50-yard catch like it was last week, or even like a 40-yard touchdown or something. Man, DK in that Titans offense, but he's getting more involved. I don't know. We probably got to chase the targets of DK here. It wouldn't surprise me like if Pierce outscored DK, but I think DK has at least gives me a floor, so I'm gonna go with DK.
Yeah, well, it's like all Alec Pierce does is catch 50-yard bombs. Like there are no short targets to Alec Pierce. It's either he's the non-sac, mostly. Well, sometimes he is like a sacrificial X, but then every once in a while he actually does get a target and he'll catch it. I would look. Alec Pierce could definitely turn in a big game. He has more upside. If you're shooting for that big upside, it is Pierce. But if you want the floor, at least it's DK. Julio is in the house. Oh, I think we already answered this. Bowers. If Bowers starts, it's Bowers.
Yeah, Bowers starts. I'm going Bowers.
And then flex Rico, Woody, or Tet.
I think I've Tet. Yeah, I've Tet slightly over Rico, assuming PPR, obviously. I think Julio's in PPR.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. And thank you, by the way, of course. The reminder: like and subscribe. JG, Stafford or Flacco?
I gotta go Stafford here. I gotta go Stafford at home against the Saints.
Yep, Stafford it is. Addison or Wandale or Spears. It's full PPR.
I mean, I can't believe I'm this high on Wandale this week, but I'm putting Wandale in. It's just too good of a matchup. I'm going to go Wandale.
And you figure the way Addison's been going, like it should be Addison, but what is JJ McCarthy going to look like? That's the question. I'm fine just taking what Wandale gives me as well. Sabir Husseini. All right, so go with the Ravens defense or the Seahawks defense. It doesn't matter who your quarterback is. You don't have to worry about that. But which defense?
I probably got to go Ravens against the Dolphins. Like, one thing about JD is, like, yeah, I mean, he'll get sacked sometimes, but he's not like a turnover machine like Tua can be. Even though Seattle the better defense here, I think I'd rather have a defense facing Tua. I'm going to go Ravens.
Yeah, but also, I mean, like Seahawks are a better real life defense. I mean, for sure, we know that. I don't know that the Seahawks are a great fantasy defense. They're not like among the leaders, as far as I know, in sacks or turnovers. So, and if JD is back, which you're definitely hoping because he's your quarterback, I mean, Washington's offense is at least it's going to be pretty good. So, let's go Ravens. Marenda Natera, once again, welcome back. One receiver, one flex. Got BTJ, Tet, Jennings, Gadsden, Tracy, Hunt.
I think BTJ's got to be your wide receiver. I don't know. Can I put Gadsden in over Tracy? I don't know. I think I'm gonna. Oh wait, Tet there too. Tet, Tracy. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go BTJ Tet. BTJ Tet.
Do you think I like BTJ the best? I'm a little skeptical on Tet. I think Tracy gives you the higher floor. I'm okay with Tracy as your flex. Okay, I think we need to help the mighty Thor here. Despite what you see on the picture there, has no running backs. Lost Hampton and Bucky. That hurts, but he's thinking about trading CeeDee Lamb for Woody Marks, Kimani Vidal, and Cortland Sutton.
I don't want to. This doesn't really give you any. I mean, sure, okay, Vidal can help you in the short term, but what about when Hampton comes back? Now you got Vidal and Hampton probably both eating into each other's workload. Woody Marks, I don't know, like Sutton. Like, you should have Bucky back next week. Can you trade Hampton's a guy I'd like to trade. Like, even if I have to downgrade a little bit at running back, like if I could trade Hampton and get Chase Brown, DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, I would rather just have those guys. These are healthy and they're doing something. Bless you. We don't even know when Hampton's going to be back. We don't even know if Hampton's going to be the guy when he comes back. Like, I'll take a slight downgrade and trade what people think is a downgrade and trade Hampton. Look, you should have Bucky back next week. Fingers crossed.
That's another good point that probably nobody really is bringing up. Vidal's looked good enough, and Hampton, of course, missing a significant amount of time, not just the minimum time, we think. It's possible it's going to be a split, right? Hampton's not a guy you just said and, feel great about like we did for a very short time, So, yeah, I agree with all that. But no, I saw this and I was like, no, I'm not giving CeeDee Lamb. This feels like, I'm getting 2 running backs. You're not going to feel great with Woody Marks and Kamani Vidal as your running backs, the next couple of weeks necessarily. All right, B-dubs. Flex Zaytet or Bam?
I'm going to go Zay tonight. But don't put Zay in the flex. Put him like in your wide receiver 2 slot or something. Don't put Zay in the flex.
Good point. And then one flex running back, Waddle, Cook, Javonte.
I think you got to start both running backs. You can't bench James Cook or Javonte Williams. Even though I do like Waddle this week, you can't bench those guys.
No. Cook's a must start. Like we say, he's a must start. And Javonte is pretty close. I mean, he's as close as you can get. James Parker. Hey. Starting. Jones, Higgins, Booty, Vidal, Henderson, Johnson, flexing Bowers. Is this a no tight end league? Which Johnson is that? And Golden.
You're starting Daniel Jones, T. Higgins, Kayshon Boutte, Kimani Vidal, Travion Henderson. Really hoping that Ramondre is out. Johnson.
Is it Juwan Johnson?
You're flexing Bowers and Golden?
And then the bench, I'm like, I mean, I don't know who else you would play anyways.
Well, I mean, I think if Stevenson plays, I would still play Stevenson over Travion Henderson. He's declared guy there. I think I would honestly flex Spears over Golden. I actually like Spears this week a little bit. I mean, jeez. I guess Juwan Johnson's fine over Mason or Mooney. Or Theo Johnson, whatever Johnson that is.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, there's not a lot of no tight end leagues, and I'm like, I don't know what Tez Johnson's on bye. So is Cameron Johnson. Like, I can't think who else it would be. Yeah, I guess it's fine. All right, maybe hit up the waiver wire, see who's out there. Brian Babulich. What's up, Brian? Okay, Knicks or Goff?
Got to go Goff this week at home.
Yeah, I like Goff this week. Actually, very much don't like Knicks. Like, I don't want to start him at all. Gibbs, Brown, Sharps, Walker, Monungai.
I assume we need 2 of these. I'm going to say Gibbs and Chase Brown.
Yeah, receiver, Rice, BTJ, Franklin, Wilson, QJ.
Rice and BTJ.
McBride, tight end. Any league-winning move ideas? Walker for Flowers? I would do that to get Flowers, yeah.
Yeah, somebody's willing to give you Flowers for Walker. That might be a league-winning move.
Yeah, I'd do that right now because you got an hour to pull that off. I don't know if your trade will clear in time. If trades go through automatically in your league, I do it right now and start Zay Flowers. But yeah, that would be nice if you could do that. Thomas. 12-teamer, 2 receivers, 2 flexes. He's 6-2. Sitting pretty. So let's see. Thought on this trade. Okay, well, let's look at the lineup first. 2 receivers, 2 flex.
You got to start. I'm going to go JSN London if he plays. Otherwise, JSN Nico. And then we need 2 flexes. I think, assuming London plays, Nico has to be a flex. I think I have Warren. No, I have nope. I have Rico, the next highest here. So yeah, I'll just do this: JSN, London, Nico, Rico. Bam is actually my next choice. JSN, London, Nico, Rico, Bam. So there you go. So if London plays, you stop at Rico. If London's out, you go to Bam.
All right, got a lot of Thomas. Now, here's the trade. This is an interesting one. I think I like it. Nico, trade away Nico, Warren, and Bam for Rome and Barkley.
Yeah, do this. This is, man, even after Barkley going off, people are still selling him. I think you got to do this.
But he's on bye, so get rid of him. Yeah, I'm definitely I'd take that trade with quickness. So do that. It's not fun not having Barkley this week, but oh well. I think it'll be worth it. You're 6-2, you'll be fine. Think long term. Money Mitch. Thanks as always. You're welcome as always. Drop Mike Evans for Jaden Reed.
I mean, which injured wide receiver do you want? I think I'd still just rather hold Mike Evans. Because here's the thing, Jaden Reed is going to be walking into a wide receiver room with Romeo Doubs, Matthew Golden, Christian Watson, and Tucker Kraft. Whereas Mike Evans is walking into a wide receiver room with Emeka Egbuka, maybe Chris Godwin. We don't even really know. Tez Johnson and Cameron Johnson and Kate Otten. I think Mike Evans is they're going to need Mike Evans if he comes back. So I'd rather just hold Mike Evans.
And I don't remember hearing anything. I don't even know if Jaden Reed on the verge of being ready to come back. I haven't heard he is, but no. As a Jacobs owner, Wilson versus Monangai, Bigsby, Brashard Smith, priority to stash. Oh, I see. Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, Emmanuel Wilson probably the priority if you have Jacobs.
Although, I will say, I believe, what's his name? The guy that I drafted way too much and is always hurt for the Packers. I can't remember his name. I have him on half my dynasty rosters.
Yeah, you can't remember his name because does he even play every time what's the rookie? He was a rookie last year.
The rookie last year is from USC. Marshawn Lloyd. I think he was activated off of the IR. I can't be for sure, but I think he's not going to play anytime soon. But anyways, just throwing that out there. It's just a stash. You can just keep Wilson for now. I mean, it's fine. All right. How about this? Shelly says that someone dropped Debo, but then she dropped Addison. Well, I don't think that's a mistake. I mean, they're kind of comparable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if somebody dropped Debo and you dropped Addison, I'm guessing this is a pretty shallow league here. So, but yeah, I know. I don't play in a lot of leagues I really don't play in any leagues like this anymore. But when I used to play in leagues like this, my home league or whatever, it's you see that player get dropped and you just want to go grab him now before somebody else does. You don't even take the time to think. Sometimes it's okay to take a breath and be like, hold on, who should I drop here to pick this player up, right?
Look, this week I like Debo better than Addison. The rest of the season, I don't know. Because I don't know what J.J. McCarthy is yet. So, yeah, I would have preferred to drop someone else, but I don't think it's necessarily a mistake. All right, Bert, doomed to a stream of tight end. Okay, well, it's not the worst thing. Fant, Smith. Is it a Taysom week? Maybe Taysom Hill.
Not Taysom. I think as long as Flacco plays, I'll go Fant.
Yeah. If Flacco doesn't play, maybe it's time for Taysom Hill. Let's see. Z-Dub with the super chat. Wandale, Waddle. Wait, what? Wandale or Waddle? Okay, I guess that's the first one. And Spears, Pollard, and Mason. Okay, so Wandale, Waddle.
Waddle over Wandale, Spears over Pollard and Mason.
All right. I did notice, because I get the notifications. You do too. I did notice you picked up Tyjae Spears in a couple leagues. I saw that.
Yeah, I think Tyjae Spears a sneaky stash right now. It sounds like they're planning to give him more touches. I mean, you can't ever feel great about this offense, but
right. No, he looked pretty good last week. Remember, new coaching staff, or at least new head coach. So
yeah,
they're going to try something different. Anthony, where you been, Anthony? He's back. QB dilemma: Bo Nix or Tua?
Ugh. How do we get here, Anthony?
I mean, for me, this is pretty easily Tua. I don't want any part of Bo. Bo Nix hasn't even been that good this year. Now he gets the worst defense for quarterbacks. Like I would go Joe Flacco over him. I might even go.
I would definitely go Joe Flacco over him, but I would go Joe Flacco easily over Tua. This isn't as much about Bo Nix as Tua. I don't know. I or 3 interceptions with no touchdowns. I think it was me. I'm still gambling on Knicks, but I don't really want to start either.
Well, I'm going to
I know I didn't help you, Anthony.
Michael Cazares traded Hunt and Chase Brown for Garrett Wilson. I think that's a win.
That's a huge win. This is a huge win. Huge win.
He's a guy who it's hard to say, buy low because everyone values players differently, but he's been injured and then on the bye week and he's on the Jets. So a lot of people were just ready to give up on Garrett Wilson. I think he's a very good buy low candidate. So,
yes.
Even if you don't need, I'll just say if you don't need a guy like a receiver, just find out if you can buy low, do it. Max Julian. His season hinges on this game for some reason. It's week 9.
And it's the first game of the week. So I don't understand how your season can hinge on tonight, but let's do it.
Might be a little hyperbolic. Let's see. Waddle or Dunze?
Oh man, I know. I know. I just talked up like DJ Turner and how teams just throw to the tight end and run the football against the Bengals, but I don't think I could put Waddle over Dunze against the Bengals. I'm going to go with Dunze.
This one's close. I do still think I have a Dunze higher. I mean, Waddle should be solid tonight, but as I had said and started said, it comes down to which Tua shows up. A good Tua or bad Tua? Let's see. We got a new member. His name is Chris. Chris Ryson. Thank you, Chris.
Nice.
So,
Chris.
Mooney was a bust. Absolutely. He got to go. Yep. Give him the Dalton Schultz treatment. Should I flex Booty, Knight, or Jared Lil Wayne?
Jared Wayne, our first Jared Wayne question. Well done, Chris. I'm not gonna flex. Ever. I'm not gonna flex Jared Wayne. I'm gonna go Bam Knight here. I like Bam Knight against Cowboys this week.
You know what? Props to you, Chris. Not you, Chris. Chris. Remember, Chris. Props to you, Chris, for rage dropping Darnell Mooney. Well done. That's like a spiritual cleansing for you. And then going Jared Wayne, even though we're not going to say yes to him. Yes. Well done. Okay. Let's see here. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Again, as usual, guys, we're doing as many questions as possible. We cannot do them all. not possible. So if you definitely want your question answered, the super chat feature is the way to do that. We're going to answer every super chat in order, and of course the members. And we've got the membership on YouTube. Actually, another way to guarantee you get your question answered, you know what? It's actually kind of halfway point. Let's just do this now. Is Draftlane. So if you have not tried Draftlane, try Draftlane. You can ask your questions anytime at all. And just want to point out real quick that you can, for still a limited time, get 10 free points if you go to the setting wheel here and then promo code, put in game, get 10 free points, and you can ask away, ask your questions. All right, so right here we take requests. All right, anyways, just want to make sure I get that out of the way as well. Also, you know what, let's do it too. Underdog. If you haven't tried Underdog for some reason, don't forget, you still have about an hour left that you can get your picks in for tonight's game, and you get the free pick. I think this is a good one. It's Devon Achane going higher than 0 yard. So if anybody on here is not on Underdog yet, it's a good time to sign up. You get a gimme pick, which is for tonight. It's Achane just getting a yard. And if you wait till the weekend, that's fine. You'll get a different gimme pick. You get a free pick, plus you get up to $1,000 of bonus cash in your first deposit when you sign up as a new customer on Underdog and use code ENDGAME, right? You do that, you get free cash, you get the free pick, and then as soon as you spend $5 towards any pick, you get another extra $100 in bonus funds added to your account. All of that if you're signing up using code ENDGAME when you check out. And yes, for one more day, I will say Boost Over is still in effect. That means right now you start using your picks, you get profit boosts. 30%. You also sometimes will see them drop 40 or even 50% profit boost. So a good way to win big right away. All right. Let's do some of the non-super chats as we do catch up. Don't want to just do super chats. Axel, J.K. Dobbins, or Tyrone Tracy?
Believe it or not, I have Tyrone Tracy higher. This is a brutal spot for J.K. Dobbins on the road here. I'm going to take a chance on Tracy.
All right. I was wondering, somebody earlier was like, man, how come you're not higher on Tracy? Look, I think some people are getting too high on Tracy. And I was a big Tracy fan, but it's like, shiny new toy. Everyone's like, oh, we got to start Tracy. Like, no, you don't. Like, he's not going to be a top 10 running back, most likely. Sam Bryan. All right. I think this is clear. Spears or Pollard?
Spears.
Bunny Love, BTJ or Wandale?
Still going to go BTJ here. I like Wandale, but can't put him over BTJ.
All right. And then let's see. Victor. Rico or Sharps?
Rico. By the way, how is it Rico is like breaking out this year and the Rico guy has barely made an appearance? Where are you at? Where's the Rico guy at?
That's true. Like the first week, he was like, yeah, I'll add it. And after that, he's like, yeah, I was like, come on. Dude, victory lap after victory lap. If you're the Rico guy before Rico became a thing. All right. Sabir Husseini. Here's the lineup. Here's the bench. Any changes? Got Sutton on the bench, Bam on the bench, Bam over Hunt probably.
Yeah, I would put Bam in over Hunt. Everything else looks good though.
Yeah, no other changes. You're good. All right, then we got Benjamin Calderon, Walker, BTJ for those Chargers, Vidal and Gadsden.
I'm not doing this again. BTJ to me is clearly the best player in this deal. I'm not doing this. Not doing this.
Even if you're like down bad at tight end, or like you just want Gadsden, yeah, I still think it's too much. Like I actually think I would take Vidal over Walker at this point, but I still think I want BTJ over Gadsden. J-Dub. One receiver, one flex, Waddle, Pittman, Debo, Moore, or Charbonnet?
I'm going to go Waddle and Pittman. Don't flex Waddle tonight. Waddle and Pittman.
Yep. First two are good. What's up, Phil? Pearsall is 0 on my bench, but they're points on waivers. Sharps and Bam Knight. Who is better rest of the season right now?
I mean, between. So is he asking who's better rest season between Pearsall, Sharps, and Bam Knight? I mean, I probably still have to prefer Pearsall here if he ever actually plays. I would still prefer Charbonnet to Bam Knight, though, because Trey Benson is coming back at some point.
True. This is true. Bam Knight has probably, most likely, exactly 1 week of value left. It's this week. Okay, not a question here. This is a member. I'm not sure who. I'll let you decipher this. Somebody you know? Do you have a great Uncle John?
I have a cousin John. Do I have a great Uncle John?
Maybe you do, and you just found out. It's like a family reunion. I don't know, but apparently it's cold
he
out.
Definitely doesn't live in SoCal because it's not cold out here tonight. It's hot today.
Well, all right. Now you got some digging to do, some research. Do you have a great Uncle John that you don't know of?
I'm pretty sure I don't have Uncle John. I have a cousin John.
Okay.
And he lives in Georgia. It might be cold there. I don't know.
All right. Interesting development here. Jordan Olsen. We know Jordan. Danny Dimes or Drake May?
You got to go Drake May. He's been too good.
Yeah, I mean, Jones totally solid this week. Actually might be really good this week, but you got to start May. And then Dan Cat, RB overload. Really? That's a good problem. Needs 3. Kyren, Kamani, Javonte, Genti, Dobbins, Rico.
You got to start Javonte. You got to start Kyren. And I think you got to go Genti number 3 here.
Yeah, love Kyren this week. Javonte's, again, borderline must start. I get with the way Kamani Vidal has looked, it's tempting to just keep rolling with him, but I can't sit Genti. I know Genti's not even in a great spot, but I can't do it.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to take it back. I actually do have Vidal over Genti. So if you want to go Vidal, you can.
I figured you would. I know I'm still probably too high on Genti. Look, if you're feeling Vidal, that's fine. I'm not opposed to it. All right, Chief Perp. Now, what about Drake May or JD? Because they're both must starts.
Yeah, but with Terry out, I might just go Drake May, honestly.
Yeah, tougher spot for him as far as matchups. Also needs a wide receiver and a flex between Waddle, Rome, London, Adams, Debo. Worried about London. Well, yeah, you got to be worried London's still limited in practice. So, I mean, with these options, I can probably just back off of London.
Yeah, exactly. So you need a wide receiver and a flex. I think you got to go Rome and Waddle would be my choice. Actually, no, Rome and Adams would be my choices.
Yeah. I still like Waddle, but probably wouldn't put him over those two. But yeah, I can just sit London. I'm trying to figure out, this is Benjamin again. He says had a typo. Isn't this what it was? Is that what it was? Walker.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I think the typo was he had BGJT last time, and he still has BJT. But I think we know who that is, right? I mean, it's supposed to be BTJ, right? I assume. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe he's like, no, it's not BTJ. Maybe it actually is BJT, but I don't know who BJT is.
It's Benjamin J. Thomas.
There you go.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's the same deal. Keep the Walker BTJ side. All right, a man who knows it all. He is the prophet, Robert Mitchell. What's up?
So
Now, I did see this earlier in the chat. Travis Hunter listed as questionable because, of course, we can't have nice things. I wasn't hurt before the bye week. Why wouldn't he be hurt now after an extra week off during practice? But anyways, do we trust him over Debo, who's always hurt as well?
I mean, look, yeah. If Travis Hunter plays, I'm still playing him. If he's on the injury report, and we're worried about it, I think Debo's fine this week.
We're gonna have to wait and see, right? If Travis Hunter's good to go, I'll still want him in my lineup. It's just hope. And then in flex, it says Javonte Williams, Genty, Laporta. Should I save the flex for Hunter? Well, I don't want to flex Laporta.
No, I mean, I think if Javonte is your flex, you just flex Javonte.
Right. And then look, if Hunter doesn't go, you can play Debo. It's not bad. That means Genty's also a flex. Man, how many good running backs do you have?
Right?
All right. It is now decision time for Robert Perky. Here we go.
Here we go.
Some tough choices. All right. We've had this before. Ferg or Kittle? We'll go Kittle, right?
Yeah, probably go Kittle. I mean, it is a good spot for Ferguson this week, so he could bounce back here. But his target share has dropped with CD back, so I probably do go Kittle over Ferguson.
What about Dak or May?
May.
I think May. I mean, we did put him in the most start. I mean, I like Dak this week. Could consider Dak, but that one's close. That is a tough choice. Both of these are tough choices. You're right. I'll go Kittle, May. Please rank these backs for this week. Walker, Rico, Chase Brown, or Bam.
I'm going to go Chase Brown, Rico, Bam, Walker. Going to be my order.
Nico or Pickens?
Pickens. Surtain is out, by the way. He says Surtain gives him pause. Surtain's out.
Right.
That does help Nico, but I still don't love this matchup. And I still don't love that offense.
Exactly. All right, Robert, good luck. And then Nemesis. Would you trade Nico for George Pickens?
Interesting. I don't think so. I think this is a lot closer than it should be. I can understand how people are considering this. If CD was out, I would absolutely take Pickens over Nico. But I think with CD playing, I'm going to still slightly prefer Nico.
And I don't want to say, well, he's the number one and Pickens is number two. It's not that simple. I mean, there's some number two receivers who are far better than certain teams' number one. But again, Nico Collins, it's been a little disappointing for him this season. He should still be a number one guy down the stretch. Like, there's no reason for him not to be. So I agree. I think I would rather keep Nico. Ginyu Force is confused. Guys asked on DraftLane needs tight end help. You said to drop Theo Johnson to get Loveland. Then you said to roll with Theo Johnson this week.
No, what I said was you could drop Theo Johnson to get Loveland, or I think it was Freiermuth, but then I said, but I don't really love that. So if you want to just roll with Theo Johnson this week, it's fine, because he also has Kate Otten, who should be back next week. But really, like Theo Johnson, Loveland, Freiermuth, I don't know. I don't love any of them. It's like, will one of them score? Then you probably wish you started that guy. Will none of them score? Then you probably wish you didn't start any of those guys. So if you want to just roll with Theo Johnson, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, you're just hoping for a touchdown from any of these guys. That's the thing. That's exactly right. I mean, look, there might be someone out there, although I doubt it, because obviously if you're down to that, I'm not anybody great on waivers. Yeah, like you said, it probably doesn't make a big difference. I'm trying to think, is there anybody possibly I mean, look, he doesn't get a lot of catches, but Gunnar Helm of the Titans is starting to kind of come on. I kind of hope, Loki, that Chig gets traded just so that Gunnar Helm, like we can see the breakout here, however much you can break out in Tennessee. Yeah. Look, I would probably just go Theo Johnson because at least he could score a touchdown. And thank you for the reminder. So T just wants to say, great show. Been watching for years. All right, well, I don't remember seeing you on the comments. So glad you're participating as well. So I agree that you should all hit the like and subscribe button. Great advice.
Yes. Thank you.
How about this? With what we know now, Bobby, Travion Henderson, or Samaje Perine?
Well, if Ramondre is out, definitely Travion Henderson. I mean, I don't know. I might go Travion Henderson even if Ramondre plays, though.
I would just go Henderson. Not buying too much into Perine. You know, that one run he had. How about this? Is Brashard Smith a must-add?
I don't know if he's a must-add. I mean, if you need running back help in the short term, yeah. But, I mean, if you have, like, 3 or 4 better running backs, do you have to add Brashard Smith? I don't think so.
No. And again, Pacheco's not on IR. He's week to week, so it's probably just going to be Kareem Hunt, aggravating us again. Very aggravating. Vice Key forgot another one. Okay, would you go Bam or Booty? I don't remember if this was PPR. I guess I'll assume it was. Bam or Booty? I think I'm going to go Bam just because he gets the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Bam here. Yeah, Bam.
All right. Big Lou, I wish I could say yes, but any Bucky updates? No.
It's going to have to wait till next week.
Yeah. If you missed yesterday, I gave you Todd Bowles' very thoroughly unhelpful update, which was like, we'll wait till next week when they practice, and because it wasn't just him, it was also like Godwin. Like they'll need to do some things. That was it. That was the update. So if they do some things in practice, we're good. Arden Angelis thinks he needs wide receiver help. You have CD Sutton, Wandell Myers. You got Achane, Taylor Swift, Marks Mason. Wow, would you trade Achane and Sutton to get Chase?
Yes, I would do that. Definitely.
Wow,
definitely.
The quickness, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you got JT. Swift can be your RB2. Yeah, why not? Okay. What do you think about this? Nap God. Traded Gadsden Worthy for Tet. Cook or cooked?
Can I say neither, but I think you did well. Like, I don't know if I can say you cooked, but at the same time, I don't think you lost. So I think I feel good about your side here. I think I'd prefer Tet in this deal, but I don't know if this is cooking. But I will say this: being a nap god, that's cooking. That is cooking.
No kidding.
You're cooking. You're cooking at life if you're a nap god. Well done. Well done.
No kidding. All right, Sammy, tough one. Let's see. Pick 2: Jennings, Malik Washington, Troy Franklin, Josh Downs, Kendrick Bourne.
I think Jennings has to be number 1 for me. Not Bourne. Washington, Franklin, Downs. Where do I have these guys? Washington, Downs. Assuming Downs plays, I have him number 1. I have Washington number 2, but you know what? It's not like I feel strongly enough. I'll say Jennings and Downs, and if Downs is out, I'll just play Jennings and Franklin. It's fine.
Yeah, I think I like Downs as the 2 here. I'd like to see Downs, but again, just keep an eye. He was questionable. I don't even know what it is this time. Bert, what's a fair trade for Gadsden right now? Some guy wants Javante. What? Javante and Gadsden. There's a big gap there. Offered Benson or Bam, Godwin, and JCM.
Hey, what's a fair trade for Gadsden? Guy in my league wants Javante. So he's like offering you Gadsden for Javante? It's not even close.
Yeah, that's why I said it's not even close. But
there's none of these guys even make it close. No, this is like miles apart.
Yeah. So you have, look, Bert, I'm guessing you're saying you have Javante. So this guy's like, here, have Trey Benson, Chris Godwin, and Bill. No, like, don't do that. This is sort of the platter deal, right? It's like a bunch of players who might do something, two of which are hurt. Like, no. Hold Javante. Just say, like, sorry. Starman, welcome back. We need 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. CD, Rice, Debo, Nico. Got Derrick Henry, Kyron Williams, Bill, and Spears. And then, wow, either Kittle or Kraft. That will be tough.
All right, 2 running backs are going to be Rice and CD. Running backs are going to be Henry and Kyron. Flex is going to be Nico. Kittle Kraft is tough. Like, I'm probably lower on Kraft than most people because he tends to do way better against man than zone. But how do you bench Kraft right now? I think I'm just going to go Kraft.
Yeah, exactly. Just say this, it's nice having 2 really good tight ends, 2 of the best tight ends. Can you start them both? No, unless you really want to flex one, but you've got good enough receivers. So why not turn one of those tight ends into another good running back or something like that? Hampton, look, Chris, you keep saying it. You got Hampton on IR. This is the time to just get something for him.
Yep, get something for Hampton.
Yeah, let's trade one of those tight ends and Hampton and get a better RB maybe for depth. Okay, so we got a super chat here from, I think, Furbot. Does that look good?
Sure. Looks good.
All right. Furbot. Help a gal out? Always. Needs 2 out of these 3. Genty, Warren, and Tracy.
Genty for sure is 1. I have Tracy a little bit ahead of Warren this week.
Yeah, Genty's got to be one of them. Warren, just because the matchup, I think, will put him a little bit lower. Yes, Sammy, you're right. The spammer has been put in timeout, so don't worry. All good. Javier Fiber Seal. Got that membership now. JD or Jordan Love?
Yeah, I'm going to go JD. JD.
And then me too. Pick 2. 0.25 PPR. Is that what this is? All right. I'm not sure why. McMillan, Hunter, Myers, or Shakir.
I'm going to go Hunter and Shakir, assuming Hunter plays. If Hunter's out, then McMillan and Shakir.
All right. And then let's... Okay. So I'm reading some of these questions. I'm like on the fence about whether to post them. We only have 45 minutes till we start the kickoff of the Thursday night game, so we do have to make sure we get all the super chats. Let's just keep going here. Ricky V. Flowers, Ted, Pittman, Adams, 2.
Oh, man. I think you got to go Pittman and Adams.
Yeah, I like Pittman and Adams. Tough to bench Flowers. I mean, he'll be good tonight, but I think Pittman and Adams superior. Jenga. Pick 2. London, Odunze, Adams, and Pittman. It's a coincidence.
I think you got to go Adams and Pittman.
Yep, let's go with those same 2. You absolutely have to start Derrick Henry. No,
yeah.
do not sit Derrick Henry. All right. Ninja Finessin 100. Pick one. Diggs, Addison, or Keenan.
Keenan.
Definitely Keenan. JW again. Quarterback. Flacco, Dart, Lawrence, Darnold, or Rodgers.
I think I just go Darnold here. He's been solid. It's not a tough matchup this week. Give me Darnold.
Yeah, Darnold is totally fine here. I would have said Flacco, even though he sounds like he's going to play. Just fine with Darnold. Walter asking a very end game question: who is the stash here, Emmanuel Wilson or Tank Bigsby?
I'm gonna say Emmanuel Wilson because they actually play this week. So if something were to happen to Josh Jacobs in this next game, you're gonna be happy you have Emmanuel Wilson. If nothing happens to Josh Jacobs, Tank Bigsby is still no. If Tank Bigsby hasn't been picked up by Thursday night in your league, he's probably not getting picked up. So he'll probably still be there next week. And it didn't sound like Barkley's injury was serious. So I'm always going to prefer a running back who could become the guy right now, and that's Emmanuel Wilson.
There you go. Makes sense. I mean, like they got a week off, and it didn't seem like anything. I don't think Saquon Barkley is in danger of missing. If that changes next week, yeah, we'll all run out and pick up Tank Bigsby. Okay. You might need to help me decipher this one. I think it's JJ. This is a member. It says Williams or I think is it CJ, like CJ Stroud? And then it says Williams again. Williams, BTJ, or Golden. So I don't know which Williams that is. Jameson Williams? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to go Caleb over Stroud if that's what the first one is. If it's Javonte Williams, I'm going Javonte Williams. If it's Jameson Williams, I'm going BTJ. Hopefully that covers it.
Yeah. Yeah, we just, for everybody's sake, need more specific than just Williams. So we know which Williams. And then we have Scott IMFG. Wants to start Vidal at flex, but the issues already have Herbert, McConkey, and the Chargers defense. Is that too bolt heavy?
Well, I mean, Chargers defense is Chargers defense, like whatever. Herbert McConkey is definitely not too much Chargers exposure, no. But that being said, I do technically have Kimani Vidal one spot ahead of Lab McConkey. So I can't say I strongly would go Vidal, but you could.
Would you go Waddle over any of them?
I do have Waddle over both. Yes, I have Waddle over both.
Well, there you go. And this might make you feel better then. If you're worried about too many Chargers, you can slide Waddle over McConkey, not worry about that questionable tag, and then keep Vidal in there. I mean, you have to start the Chargers defense. They're playing the Titans, right? Like, don't change that out. Herbert, yeah. I mean, look, this is a great week to have a lot of Chargers, but you can put Waddle in. And then here's another one from Jenga. Needs a tight end. There's Theo Johnson, Hunter Henry, or Mark Andrews. Remember him?
Barely. I don't know. I think I just take a chance on Hunter Henry.
Yeah, I thought about it, and I was like, no, I know better with the tight ends. Speaking of the underdog lines, I saw it. Mark Andrews was kind of high, and I was like, why? Like, what has he even done? I was like, I'm going to take the lower. And then I was like, no, something weird will happen, right? They showcase him so that they can trade him or something, or he's just going to go off. I'm like, no. I'm slowly learning my lesson. Don't trust tight ends. Okay, what about wide receiver and a flex? Scott McMillan, BTJ, Myers, Jennings, or Henderson?
Yeah, BTJ's got to be the wide receiver. And look, if Ramondre is completely out, I might bump Travion above guys like Jennings and Ted. But if Ramondre plays, I'll go Ted.
There you go. And then great one here, great avatar. Isn't that the AT-AT, right? From Star Wars?
Yes.
On Hoth. Drop Diggs to pick up Watson.
No, do not drop Diggs. Do not drop Diggs, please.
No. Chief Perp, Sudden or Etienne?
I've actually. I don't even know if have PPR. Yeah, I don't. I still go Sutton.
Yeah, I got trust issues with Etienne. I would go Sutton. All right, now we got super chat. Thank you very much from Drevar. One running back, one receiver, one flex. London's a Waddle. Bam. One guy.
All right, I think you got to go. I think Waddle's going to be my wide receiver. Zaya's going to be. Well, they both play tonight, unfortunately. So I guess you got to flex one of them, unfortunately. And then Bam is going to be my running back.
You know, I'm going to be kind of sad when Trey Benson does come back, so I won't be able to say Bam every single week, but here it is. Phil the Vibe. What's up, Phil? Let's see. We lost 5 straight, really? Man, that hurts. It's Lamar's fault. He hasn't played. We got CMC. What? Let's see. It's Sutton, Keenan Allen, AJ Barner. Who do we flex?
I flex Bam.
Any of those tight ends better than Barner? Probably.
I'll put Ertz over Barner. I'll put Pitts over Barner.
I think they're all better than Barner for this week.
Yeah, I'll probably go Ertz with Terry out. Ertz over Barner. Bam at the flex.
There you go. Now we got, sort of the question. I don't know if Phil has this dilemma. He's got Herbert on the bench because Lamar is back. Robbie Rob got Lamar and Herbert. Got to go Lamar, right?
Yes.
Andrew. Shakir, Hunt, or Etienne?
Shakir.
Like Shakir's, assuming it's PPR, of course. And then Mr. J Mac 004, Bill or Kenny Walker?
Ooh. I think I'm going to go Kenneth Walker here. Bill against the Seahawks? I'll go Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, Seahawks are, the number 2 toughest run defense in terms of rushing yards to running backs. Bill has done a whole lot of nothing. Oh, we already had that one. Sorry. Jerry Lopez, start 2 in PPR. Downs, Washington, or Woody Marks?
Assuming they all play, I'm going to go Downs and Woody Marks.
Yeah, well, that's the only thing. And again, I'm sure you could pick up somebody on the waiver wire, but like if Downs misses, because Malik Washington plays tonight, it's like not like you're going to miss out on a huge game potentially, but I would like to wait for Downs. I'm sure there's somebody comparable. Well, look, if Downs misses, Alec Pierce probably out there, right? You can pick up Alec Pierce.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Maybe play Pierce anyways. All right, Connor wants to flex one. Debo, Jacoby, DK, Spears, or Bill?
Pretty easily Debo for me.
Yes, Debo here. Remember, McLaurin is out. Selena Ortega, 10-teamer. Welcome back, Selena. Needs 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 flex, 1 tight end.
All right, you got to go. Lamb and Flowers are going to be my wide receivers. Kyron and Bam at running back. McBride at tight end. I don't think I could put like Bowers or Gadsden over London. London's going to be my flex.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he's good to go. If he's a late scratch too, you could always McBride and Bowers. Wow. And Gadsden. Okay, this team needs to trade a tight end. Bad, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Selena, Bowers should play. He's full participant in practice. This is the time. I guess I'll ask, since we're telling her to trade a tight end. I mean, I think Gadsden is a no-brainer. Who would you rather keep rest of the season, Bowers or McBride?
Well, if I had to choose McBride.
Okay, that's what I would choose too. I'm just wondering. Yeah, go ahead and try. You might as well. Jackson Boss. Trade Wilson and Diggs for Nico.
Garrett Wilson and Stefan Diggs. No, I think I would take Wilson over Nico at this point.
Yeah.
No reason you should have to throw in Diggs.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't. I think it's a little too much. It's okay to buy low on Nico. That's not low. JB. Star 1. Alec Pierce. Kenneth Walker. Troy Franklin. And then wondering, would you trade Walker for Benson?
I don't know. Walker for Benson? I don't think so. Because I mean, let's imagine like Benson back. Is Benson like going to be a monster in that Cardinals offense? I don't know. What happens? What happens if Charbonnet misses games and they have to give Walker the ball 20 times? He will be a monster.
If that happens, yeah, which we would love to see. I don't know, but if nothing happens, it's the same as it has been. I think I prefer Benson.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I would probably do it. Just give me the guy who's getting most of the touches. No, he's not gonna be a monster, but we know Walker's already been, handicapped by his offensive coordinator.
Yeah. As far as starting this week, I'm still gonna go Walker here.
All right. What about, here's Anthony. Are we giving Bill a shot or Christian Watson or his new favorite, Chimere DK? He liked your take on DK.
I've got Watson the highest this week. I'll take a chance on Watson.
Watson gets the Panthers. Not a scary matchup. I will say this, Watson is much better against man coverage, and the Panthers are the lowest man coverage team, but also Watson gets targeted in the end zone, right? He's going to take over that role for Romeo Doubs, so he definitely has touchdown upside. DK is in the Titans offense, not so much touchdown upside. So, what about Brandon J? Look, we have seen worse. This is tight end hell. Oh no, you have not seen the depths of tight end hell. Yeah,
this isn't even that bad. Just give me Noah Fant, Flacco. Take Noah Fant.
Yep. Even Juwan Johnson's not like the worst. I just had a concept because I was talking about it. Fantasy football themed horror movie. The Cenobites from Hellraiser come, and then like instead of like the chains and like all the torture devices, it's like the waiver wire list with third string tight ends, and you have to flex one of them. You're like, no.
Flex.
That would be funny. Only to me. Johnny 0418. Nico Addison. Bam. Or is that Keenan Allen?
If that's Keenan Allen, I'm going Keenan Allen. I don't know what other Allen it would be. If it's another Allen I'm not thinking of, I'll go Nico. But Keenan Allen, I'll do Keenan.
Yeah, it's definitely either Nico or Keenan. Let's go Keenan. You don't have to sweat Nico's status, and still not a great matchup. I mean, Surtain is out. The Broncos are still a really good defense. Not quite as good now, but still good. Gold Party wants to know Sutton for Garrett Wilson. Who wins?
Garrett Wilson wins.
I agree. And Spearsy, what's up, Spearsy? You've been at Happy Halloween. Dropped Pacheco, picked up Tootin. You know what? I'm good with that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm fine with that in the short term. Pacheco's hurt. Sure.
All right. There you go. Jacob Green, Hunter, Ferg, or Rico?
If that's Travis Hunter, it's Travis Hunter. Otherwise, it's Rico.
Yeah, hopefully Travis Hunter is good to go. Well, that would just be so par for the course, right? Like, just breakout game, and then a week off to rest, and then somehow gets hurt. Like, where everyone's like 1,000% on Travis Hunter. Like, yeah, I got hurt on my day off. All right. The chat's doing their job. Thank you, Bob, of course, hitting the like button. It is not difficult at all. Trust me. I've done it before. You just pull the little mouse thingy over to the thumbs up and click it. Appreciate it. You don't even have to love the stream. Just like it. Just like it. Thank you, Papa Giorgio, too. No excuse. There's no excuse. Alex Saban. All right, here's the team. What do you think? May, Cook, Kareem Hunt, JSN, Rome, McBride, Hunter, assuming he plays, and then there's the bench.
Yeah, you got a good team. I see why you're 5-3. I'll say if Hunter's out, I would put Wan'Dale in over Hunter. Hopefully he plays, but you got a good team.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do here with your bench, so.
Right.
Just keep an eye on him. Jason, Higuino, Malik Washington, Rico, or Jacoby Myers?
I like Rico this week. I'm going to go Rico.
Legend, any advice for an IDP league?
Well, how many of each position? I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't play in IDP, so I don't know what kind of IDPs are out there. It obviously depends on the scoring because the very few IDP leagues I've been in, I felt like the defensive players had minimal impact versus the offensive players. Like if a defensive player got me 10 points, I was ecstatic. So if that's the case, I probably don't even care if I have backups on my bench because I'm like, I can just go to the waiver wire and get somebody who can give me like 5 or 6 points if I need to. But if they're actually scored correctly where they're impactful, I mean, you probably at least want like a good backup of every position, I would think.
Yeah, I typically in IDP leagues just 2 of each. I mean, it sounds like you got it right. I will say this: it's kind of nice in an IDP format. It's a lot easier to kind of predict who's going to be good and who isn't, except for defensive back. They have more volatility because sometimes they'll do an interception, return or something. But for linebackers, like the guys who are those tackle machines, they're just the tackle machines every single week. You know who the elite players are going to be after the first couple of weeks in the season based on the way the defense lines up. So get those stud linebackers, get, someone who gets you sacks on defensive line, and then DB, just, get some safeties who tackle a lot. You're not going to really find any gems on the waiver wire, most likely. So don't worry about depth. Sabir Husseini. Thought we could go without a kicker question all stream, but no.
It's been a long time. Been a long time since we had a kicker question, and I can't say I've been sad about it. Isn't Boswell just like a must start, though?
Well, he's in the Art Smith offense that likes kicking field goals, right? Doesn't like to, go for the end zone thing too much. But Loop versus Miami. I mean, who do you think is going to score more? I know the Steelers. I would say Loop because the Steelers, I feel like they're going to get trounced on by the Colts. I mean, that just would make sense. So I don't know if they're going to be able to settle for field goals too much. All right. We do have, 20 minutes until kickoff, 25 minutes. So let's keep going. Make sure we catch up as much as possible. All right. Alexis is a member. Wants to know, what could I realistically get for Omarion Hampton, Diggs, or Wandale?
Oh, I think you could definitely get those guys, but I think you can do better than Diggs or Wandale. Like people like Omarion Hampton's a rookie. He had a lot of hype before the season. He had some nice games. He still has a lot of value. I would be shooting higher than those guys. Like I'd be shooting more for like Zay Flowers, assuming he doesn't go completely nuts tonight. Chris Olave, Jalen Waddle, again, assuming he doesn't even go completely nuts tonight. I might even go buy low on BTJ, honestly. Go buy low on BTJ.
And it always depends. But again, we talk about Garrett Wilson, a great buy low. You may not be able to get him, but maybe Omarion plus, here's Chimera DK, something like that. Edgar Romero. If Swift and Kmet are out, Loveland over Pitts.
Well, if they're both out, sure. But I mean, I talked about this on the QB tight end video. Kmet, that was the first game Kmet missed in his career, and he's already back practicing. I don't think Kmet's going to be out. And Swift has had this injury for like 3 weeks, and he's played. I don't think Swift is missing. So.
Clarification time here. Sorry, this one. Here's JJ's question.
All right, so I assume that's still Caleb Williams or CJ Stroud. I'm going Caleb. And BTJ or Golden, I'm definitely going BTJ. Definitely BTJ.
Firefox was offered Pickens and Aaron Jones for Ladd and Ferguson.
Who's your tight end? Doesn't say. I think this is no deal. I mean, I might prefer Pickens to Ladd, but I might not actually. Then Aaron Jones, nah, I think this is no deal for me. This is no deal.
Yeah, Aaron Jones doesn't do a lot for me, so no deal. Ethan Struby, Baltimore. Well, I don't see another option. Just to start Baltimore defense against Miami.
I guess, yeah, I don't see any other options. I don't know what else we got here. I can't say they're my favorite defense of the week, but I don't hate them.
They're an option. Henry or Andrews?
I don't know. I don't know. I have a weird feeling Andrews is going to do something tonight. Maybe just go Andrews, but it's just
right.
It's just a weird.
See, that's
feeling.
Exactly what I was saying. I'm saying my lines, and I'm like, why is Andrews so high? And then now I'm worried. I'm like, wait a minute. They know something.
Vegas radioed in. Vegas radio. Everybody's out on Andrews. Make sure this guy gets a touchdown tonight.
Just saying. Look, 34 yards last week was the most he had since week 3. 24, 22, 30. And yet, look, now I want to go look it up. Oh, look it up. But let's keep going. It was higher than that. I was like, what? Why? So, I don't know. Basic money. Would you start Harrison or Sutton at the flex this week?
Definitely Harrison against the Cowboys. Give me Harrison.
Yeah, give me Harrison too. Yeah, and it's like when something stands out, you're like, you got to listen to that intuition. You're like, okay, that means something. This doesn't jive, right?
Right.
How about this for tonight? Nico or Zay Flowers?
I'm going to go Zay Flowers tonight.
Yeah, I think you're fine with Zay Flowers here. And then John Wickering. All right. How about Flowers and Andrews tonight? This is not based on what we just said. This was 10 minutes ago. He posted this. Or pick up any of those tight ends.
Yeah, I think as much as I have this weird feeling about Andrews tonight, I think I still go Ertz over him. I feel good about Ertz. I'd probably even go Fant over him.
Yeah, Ertz is your safe pick here. I think Ertz is fine. Flowers compared to those guys, I mean, I'd like to start Hunter, but can't wait to find out. It's just Flowers should be fine. Okay, how about this is for tonight as well. Jodrick, Waddle or Rome?
I still got to go Rome against the Bengals.
Yeah, Waddle will be fine tonight, but Rome more upside. Isaiah Gadsden needs 3 receivers and a running back. Got Ladze, Nico Rome, Woody Marks, Charbonnet, Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason.
All right. Well, you say 3 wide. Oh, I see. I'm going to bench Nico here. I'm going to go. Well, actually, no. I'm going to go Zay Rome. I have Nico over Lad with Surtain out. I'm going to go Nico slightly over Lad. So Nico, Zay, Rome. I think I have Charbonnet highest of the running backs. Yep. Charbonnet. Mark Sharp. Yep. Sharp's at running back.
Yeah. Well, ugly. A lot of committee backs here. I might just roll the dice with Woody Marks, but either way, pretty similar. Tyrone Jr. Needs 2 running backs and a flex. Got Tyrone Tracy, Kyron Williams, Bam, Kamara, Mason, Wandale, Sutton, Dobbs.
All right, running back's going to be Kyron. And I've got Tracy next. I'm going to go Kyron and Tracy. Flex, I'm flexing Wandale. Crazy day, crazy times we're in right now.
I know, but hey, based on the way this season has gone, you're flexing tight ends, loving Wandale, all sorts of things. And yes, you're right. I mean, I said 3rd and 4th string tight ends, but of course, Dalton Schultz would definitely be. He'd be like the ringleader of tight end health.
Yes.
How about Kill Attack? DK or Malik Washington?
Good question. I have Malik Washington higher tonight.
There you go. And then I see a super chat here from Ariel. Don't know if I see a question. So Ariel, oh, here we go. I found it. Needs 2 running backs. Have Etienne, Chuba, and Manungai. Can I start any or should I shop around?
Well, I mean, you should probably shop around. I mean, obviously at the end you could start. Chuba's becoming unstartable, but we'll see. Manungai, I think this week he's definitely startable against the Bengals. But you should probably also shop around if these are your running backs.
Yeah, these are not ideal to start. I would shop. Again, maybe I'm overreacting to the Jags and all that. I wouldn't mind moving on from Etienne. I mean, Chuba, yes, you already know he's basically lost his starting job. So I would try to shop, but this really depends on what you can get. Okay, let's see. We still got a little bit of time. I want to make sure we're not falling behind here. This is probably yes. Philip Raymond, Josh Allen over Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I'm not benching Josh Allen.
Royal Flush. So every streamer says to sit Bo Nix this week. That includes, I know it includes me. I mean, it depends, right? In a 2 QB Superflex league, starting Love, would you dare start Dart over Nix? I would go Dart over Nix.
Yeah, I can go Dart over Nix as well. It's a tough spot for Nix this week.
Yeah. All right. Jerry Lopez, very good question, but I'll have to save that for the end. Let's do the football questions first. Let's go to Tyler C. Rashad White, Mason, Watson, or Harvey, the best one to drop? Because I want to take a chance on Henderson. That's a good question.
That is a tough one. I don't know. I think I probably drop. Oh man, it's either White or Watson. I don't know. I'd probably just drop Rashad White. I mean, he's on bye. Bucky should hopefully be back next week.
Right.
I'll drop Rashad White here.
Yeah, I don't want to drop Harvey just yet. Not because he scored a couple touchdowns randomly, just because he's still got a tremendous upside if something happens to JK, right? Like Mason is the one I'm thinking about. Like maybe Mason is just, but White makes the most sense. Again, he's not playing, and he probably won't be playing a lot when Bucky comes back. Dion in the non-PPR league, not loving his wide receiver options, but we need 2 out of Sutton, Higgins, London, or DK.
Well, as long as Flacco plays, I feel good about your wide receivers. I'll just go T in London.
Yeah, like these are not bad options at all for.
And if London somehow doesn't play, Sutton's fine. Non-PPR wide receivers don't even matter.
That's sort of true. Usually a guy who can score a touchdown and they can do it. Python just jumping on to say Happy Halloween Eve. That's right. Let's see. Let's see who wins tonight. All right, Connor. Different league. T or Debo?
T. As long as Flacco plays, it's T. If it's Browning, I'll go Debo.
Right. Yeah, that definitely matters. All right, now John Wickering. Picked up Ertz, started him. Guaranteed Andrews smashes.
Guaranteed Andrews 3 touchdowns now. Everybody go take Andrews anytime touchdown now. Guaranteed.
They're
works,
monitoring. Right? Vegas knows. They're like, all right, John just dropped him. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see what else we got here. What do we got? 10 minutes, 12 minutes? More or less. Not the usernames on this chat do not reflect the opinions of the hosts. Fighting solves everything.
All right.
Have Puka, Tet, Sut, Hig, 2 flex. Wait, flex? Don't tell me Puka is a flex.
Well, I think he's saying it's a 2 flex league.
Okay, I was like, there's no way.
So his question is trade Tet and Sutton for Rice. Yeah, give me Rice. I'm sure you have a running back you can flex. Like Puka and Rice. Yeah, give me that combo. Give me Rice.
Yeah, Ted and Sutton for Rice. You can take Rice. All right. Ryan, what's up? Wants input here. Let's do it. We need 1 receiver, 1 flex. Sutton, Addison, Tracy. Who sits?
I'm going to sit Addison. I know it's a tough matchup for Sutton, but it's a tough matchup for Addison too, and we don't even know with McCarthy. So I'm going to go Sutton, Tracy.
Sutton, Tracy. Sounds good here. Anthony dissing the setup here, saying I could do better. I have more stuff. You just can't see it all. He likes the Chucky doll. Giving you props for the Chucky doll.
This is actually, look, this is actually John. This is supposed to be like John Gruden, because his nickname is Chucky. So this is the Bucks. Remember, John Gruden won the Super Bowl with the Bucks. So a buddy of mine, he used to always joke, like, you guys should have, like, stuff John Gruden says, and you should have, like, a John Gruden dummy, and he would, like, say something ridiculous, and it would be all bleeped out, and you'd be like, you can't say that. Like, I'm John Gruden, I can say whatever. So he got me this. So it's Chucky. It's supposed to be John Gruden in the Bucks jersey. 2002. Is that the year they won the Super Bowl? 2002. I assume that's the year they won the Super Bowl, right? 2002.
Probably. It seems like far enough ago. Like, did it talk to you? Have, like, a pull string in the back where he says something? That would be awesome.
I don't know. He might, but he's got chains on. You can't really see him. There we go. He's got like the Warren Sapp chains or whatever. Nice. Not really coming down. But anyways. I can only bring him out for Halloween though, because my wife gets freaked out by it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I probably wouldn't sleep too well if that was just sitting on the shelf. NTY sliding in with one more super chat here. Dobbs, Downs, DK, Franklin. We need 2.
2? I'm gonna go Downs if he plays. I'm gonna go Downs and Dobbs. If Downs is out, I'll go Dobbs, DK.
Yeah, Dobbs takes a hit, with Christian Watson coming back. I would like to say Downs and DK. Andrew's got another one here. Pet or Shakir?
Shakir. I like Shakir again this week. Not as much as I liked him last week, but still like him.
Nice. Yeah, I like Shakir as well. Could be a shootout there. Hopefully it is. Thank you, Jerry, by the way. This goes, I think, to all of us, not just us, me and you. All the best luck to you and the worst luck to your enemies. Exactly. Should have voodoo dolls out somewhere. I condone take that back. In no way do we condone voodoo to win your fantasy football matchups. If it works, though. If it works, how about Dalton Schultz voodoo doll? No?
Yeah, man. Dalton Schultz. Oh, jeez.
And then, all right, it was only a matter of time. I found a good question, just an excuse to say, put some onions on that beach. Recently traded Trey Tucker Spears to get McLaurin. Did I get sneakily fleeced?
Well, wasn't aware of trade news for.
Oh, he's a Jacobian Pollard.
Oh, yeah, we'll see if they get traded. I don't know. Did you get fleeced? I think this is going to come down to, does Terry McLaurin actually play again this year? Do we actually get a healthy Terry? If you get Terry McLaurin back, this trade is fine. If he's healthy and he's back, it's good. But is he going to ever get back to being healthy this year? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? I don't think it's too early to say you got fleeced.
Right.
Manny, always slide in at the last minute. Should I put Monty in the flex or replace him with one of those guys?
Nah, I'm just going to roll with Monty. He should be fine this week at home against the Vikings. Should be fine.
Yeah, I think Monty's solid here. All right, and we'll give Anthony the last word here. Thank you for being here with another great show. Let's go. Look, you got time now. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. We definitely appreciate that. And don't forget, everyone who's been watching, thumbs up on the way out. Game is about to start. Don't forget, you got questions at any time. Use the Draft Lane app. You can use it during the game, tomorrow morning, anytime. Of course, we want to see you back on the live chats. We'll be back on Saturday for the long afternoon stream. And then again, Sunday, 3 hours before kickoff of the main slate. 3 hours again. So we'll see you then. Good luck to everyone, like you said, and enjoy the game.